The MicroCLAVE is the latest in connector technology by ICU Medical. The MicroCLAVE is built on the same landmark design as the original clave, yet meets the additional demands of healthcare today with neutral displacement and saline flush. MicroCLAVE is a reverse split septum technology made up of three components. An internal blunt cannula makes up the dedicated internal fluid path. The same split septum compression seal that is used in the original clave covers and seals the fluid path. And the new low-profile housing, which is 32% smaller than the original clave, completes the manufactured product. To access the MicroCLAVE, first swab the top of the connector with alcohol. When the MicroCLAVE is properly disinfected using a swabbing technique, microorganisms are removed from the access site of the split septum. The MicroCLAVE accepts both Spin Luer and Slip Luer connections. Do not use needles, blunts, or alligator clips to access the MicroCLAVE. To access the MicroCLAVE with a Spin Luer, swab the top of the MicroCLAVE with alcohol and then push and twist the Luer slip into the MicroCLAVE until secure. Twist the rotating collar to lock. To connect to the MicroCLAVE using a Luer Lock syringe, swab the top of the connector with alcohol and push and twist the Luer until secure. To access the MicroCLAVE with a Slip Luer, swab the top of the connector with alcohol, insert the Luer into the MicroCLAVE, push and twist 1/4 turn to the right to lock the Luer in place. It is important to push and twist 1/4 turn to the right to ensure a secure connection. As the access Luer contacts the sterile silicone surface and begins to compress the septum, a dynamic seal is created and the internal blunt cannula begins to pass through the split septum. Not until the silicone is compressed and the windows of the cannula become exposed in the internal diameter of the access Luer is the fluid path accessed. This creates the dedicated internal fluid path, where at no point does the exterior of the access Luer, split septum, or housing come in contact with the fluid path. The MicroCLAVE maintains a flow rate at gravity of 165 milliliters per minute, which is greater than an 18-gauge needle. When the access Luer is removed, the septum returns to cover the cannula and closes the fluid path once again. The internal dead space of the MicroCLAVE is 4 microliters, which helps to provide the neutral displacement feature. Neutral displacement means the backflow of blood into the catheter upon disconnect is minimized. This feature allows the clinician to use the MicroCLAVE without any clamping protocol, which eliminates the risk of error that can occur when using either negative or positive displacement connectors. The MicroCLAVE also incorporates a saline flush protocol, which provides a cost savings to the healthcare provider and eliminates the risk of any clinical complications associated with heparin. The MicroCLAVE boasts the most proven infection control barrier available today. The clave dedicated internal fluid path has been proven time and time again to be an effective component in the infection control regimen. MicroCLAVE neutral displacement connector combines the proven infection control features of the original clave connector with today's need for neutral displacement and saline flush.